चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकथा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयूतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नमः। ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रस्ताय भूतले श्रीमद् नामने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रस्ताय भूतले श्रीमद् शिला भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशैतारिणे मूकं करोति वाचालं भंगं लंघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are reading from Canto 1, Chapter 14, text 39 to 41. So, glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam Narodtamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Susrusho Sraddhadanasya Vasudevasya Katharuchi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nishevanad Sranadam Sakatha Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtana Hridiyandasto Apatrani Vidunoti Sukhrutsadam अष्टप्रायेषु पत्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी तथा रजस्तमो भाव कामलोपादयश्च ये चेदयदैरनाविद्धं स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति एवं प्रसन्नमनसो भगवद्भक्तियोगतः भगवत्तत्त्वविज्ञानं मुक्तसङ्गस्य जायते विद्यते हृदय ग्रन्थि स्थित्यन्ते चिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशयः क्षीयन्ते च स्य कर्माणि द्रष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरे कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांघ्रे भगवान हरि हरि। So today we'll have a short class because nobody is much here. Everybody is at Maharaj's class. So then these are short verses, and we have the 1 second chapter. Let me go to the verses. 14, 39. So we have the context, like In this chapter 14, the disappearance of Krishna, title, disappearance of Krishna, Maharaj Yudhishthir is talking to his younger brother Bhimasena. He is in anxiety why Arjuna has returned from Dwaraka. He had sent him there to find out how the what the Lord Krishna's future program for work is. But 7 months have passed and he has not returned, and he is seeing many bad omens which portend something terrible, he feels. So the first some 22 verses are he's describing these omens to Bhimsen, and he's also casting a doubt question. Has that time arrived? As indicated Narada Muni, the Lord might wind up his pastimes and return to his abode. So then at that time, Arjuna, while they are talking, Arjuna comes there, and his demeanor is very fallen. I mean, his eyes, tears are trickling down his eyes while he pays his obeisances to Yudhishthira Maharaj. And Yudhishthira Maharaj is seeing him like this. He's asking him so many questions. What is happening in Dwaraka? Is everybody there doing well? Are they thinking of our welfare too? Are we under the protection of the Lord's arms? Like they are all. And he's saying that there need be no cause for fear, because they are all under the protection of the Lord's powerful arms, and so are the citizens in keeping their relationship with the Lord. They don't minimize anything. They are offering the best services to the lotus feet of the Lord. So there is no reason to expect anything bad. But at the same time, he becomes conscious of Arjuna, how he is looking. So let's read the verse 39 now. Kachitte namayam tata Bhrashta teja vibhasi me alapthamano vajanata kimva tata chiroshidam. Translation and purport by His Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My brother Arjuna, please tell me whether your health is all right. You appear to have lost your bodily luster. Is this due to others disrespecting and neglecting you because of your long stay at Dwaraka? From all angles of vision, the Maharaj inquired from Arjuna about the welfare of Dwaraka, but he concluded at last that as long as Lord Sri Krishna himself was there, nothing inauspicious could happen. But at the same time, Arjuna appeared to be bereft of his bodily luster, and thus the king inquired of his personal welfare and so asked so many vital questions. So here we can see the Yudhishthira Maharaj is pointing to the common, commonly said, said thing in social thing. That is, if you overstay your period as a guest, maybe you stay 3 days, maybe you stay 1 week, then you will lose the respect and honor that you are host from the host. So Arjuna has been there several months. So did people treat them like, without respect, without proper respect? We say in English commonly said, familiarity breeds contempt. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is very, he's fully aware of all the social and spiritual customs and etiquette, everything. So he is asking, did somebody not treat you well? You are you are bereft of his bodily luster. And he's addressing him, Dada, my dear brother, the younger brother, So, and then we will move on to the next verse. Kachinnaabhihado bhavai shabdadipiramang na dattam uktam arthibhya asayat yat pratisrutam. That is Kachinnaabhihado bhavai shabdadipir amangalai inna dattam uktam arthibhya asaya yat pratisrutam. That is kachit means whether, na could not, abhihata addressed by, abhavai unfriendly, shabda adibhi by sounds, amangalai inauspicious, na did not, dattam given charity, uktam is said, arthibhya unto one who asked, ashaya with hope, yet what pratisrutam promised to be paid. Has someone addressed you with unfriendly words or threatened you? Could you not give charity to one asked? Or could you not keep your promise to someone? So, purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A Kshatriya or a rich man is sometimes visited by persons who are in need of money. When they are asked for a donation, it is the duty of the possessor of wealth to give in charity in consideration of the person, place, and time. If a Kshatriya or a rich man fails to comply with this obligation, he must be very sorry for this discrepancy. Similarly, one should not fail to keep his promise to give in charity. These discrepancies are sometimes causes of despondency, and thus failing, a person becomes subjected to criticism, which might also be the cause of Arjuna's plight. So, in unveiling the lotus feet, when I read about these verses, it is being said, excuse me, that Yudhishthira Maharaj is, basing his questions on the fear of Arjuna's failing some Kshatriya duty. That is whether he has not been able to satisfy some expectations. A Kshatriya is bound to protect, bound to give in generosity, etc. So generously, etc. So so did somebody speak some threatening words to you, because or criticized you because you are not able to reciprocate favorably to their request? So one is, if somebody approaches you for some charity, it is the duty of a householder, or whether he be Kshatriya, Vaishya, whoever, seeing the time, circumstance, and considering the person, to give in charity. It is the duty. That's our system of Varnasrama, because only the householder is expected to amass some wealth. The brahmacharis, the vanaprasthas, the sannyasis, they have nothing to do with money making. Artha, that is the artha is not their department. So it is the duty of a householder, and also a Kshatriya, to reciprocate to the needful. And so Maharaj Yudhishthira is questioning him. Were you not able to satisfy some demands? And they criticized you unfavorably. So, because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, dishonor is worse than death. I mean, it has Arjuna faced some situation of disrepute for himself. So that is what in this verse is saying. And verse number 41, the same kind of question. Kachitvam brahmanam balam gamratham yoginam striyam sharanobasratam sattvam natyachi sharana pradaha. Kachitvam brahmanam balam gamratham yoginam striyam sharanobasratam sattvam natyakshi sharana pradaham. That is, you are always the protector of the deserving living beings, such as brahmanas, children, cows, women, and the deceased. Could you not give them protection when they approached you for shelter? And the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, the brahmanas who are always engaged in researching knowledge for the society's welfare work, both materially and spiritually, deserve the protection of the king in all respects. Similarly, the children of the state, the cow, the deceased person, the woman, and the old man specifically require the protection of the state or a Kshatriya king. In such living, if such living beings do not get protection by the Kshatriya or the royal order or by the state, it is certainly shameful for the Kshatriya or the state. If such things had actually happened to Arjuna, Maharaj Yudhishthira was anxious to know about these discrepancies. So, again, here Arjuna is representing the king. He is the younger brother of Yudhishthira Maharaj. And then what is expected of the Kshatriya? Chatrana. That is, chat means injury or a difficult situation. Or a fearful situation, and then trayate, that means protect from that situation. That is his duty. So and it is a welfare state which takes care of brahmanas, because brahmanas are exempt from any any kind of a need for working for their maintenance. That state should protect the brahmanas, because they are always their first duty is to serve the Lord in the temple, and to always perform yajnas and to propagate the study of shastras, to train people in scriptural knowledge, and then to research in whatever ways the protection of dharma and then and the spiritual welfare of the whole society depends on the Brahmana community. So they are exempt from having to do any kind of work for their maintenance. So it is the duty of a Kshatriya and Vaishya to protect the Brahmanas. Similarly, children are the property, welfare of the children. That is the first duty of a householder and the state, because you are a praja born into that state, and you can expect the protection from the king and the queen if you don't have proper parental protection. So that is also, the children are also to be taken care of nicely. The cows the protection of cows is also Gorachya and Vanijya. That is the duty of a Vaishya. And the Kshatriya has to oversee, the king has to oversee that these functions are going properly in society. And we can see Parishit Maharaj, when he sees Kali ill-treating the bull and the cow, he's drawing his sword to ready to kill Kali. Because the cow and to protect the cow and bull, that's the duty of a Kshatriya. And the deceased, lastly, the deceased. Nobody is to be, left uncared for. And today we have this, so many insurance systems, everything. And we have very, rich and prosperous country we are living in. But there are so many homeless persons. There are so many, people who cannot afford health care. So, but even in the old days of old, these were all the duty of a welfare state. And we can see Arjuna in chapter 1. Chapter 1, 1 second, verse, verse number 40, I had noticed. 40, Arjuna is saying, when when religion is prominent in the family, oh Krishna, the women of the family become polluted, and from the degradation of womanhood, or descendant of Vrishni, comes unwanted progeny. So the Bhagavad Gita chapter 1, Arjuna is despondent there, because how is he to enter this battle or this family war? Then 41, an increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life, both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down because the performances for offering them food and water are entirely stopped by the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition, and thus give rise to unwanted children. All kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. So Arjuna is so mindful of the duties of a king, and the duty of a welfare state, that where everybody is cared for. So he's same thing now. Yudhishthira Maharaj is asking him, were you not able to give protection to any of these? And that is why you are looking so, sad, or your bodily luster is gone and you are in almost tears. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is postponing to the very last his innermost fear. That is, has Krishna departed already? And he's asking Arjuna for all other, the welfare of everybody. And then inquiring from, have you failed in any way that bring you so much unhappiness? That is this short 3 verses. And I might stop here because today everybody might want to join Maharaj's class, which is going on same time. So if there are any questions or comments, I'll be happy to, or corrections, please advise me. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Then No questions, Lingaraj Prabhu. Maybe we can end the class here. Vancha kalpadarubhya kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Lingaraj Prabhu? I think he is on the other meeting. Hare Krishna. I end here.